play house with me?
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Let me fix it.
Wanna play house with me?
Now that's a toy doll I want to play with. Anime Feminist. There is no joke. Or as I'm going to call it throughout the rest of this video, Clunge Dumpster. With articles talking about what else, Love Live, and why these takes are so fucking terrible and how incompetent these people are at actually understanding what's going on in the series they supposedly love. As well as showing how unqualified these writers are for this site. This summer, I attended a birthday party for Nozomi Tojo. The hosts went all out. We played Nozomi-themed bingo, hosted a birthday live stream, sang karaoke, grilled up some yakinuki, Nozomi's favorite food, and shared a birthday cake with purple frosting, her favorite color. The hosts even set up a wall-to-wall bookshelf fully decked out with Nozomi-themed decorations and toys. However, Nozomi herself didn't make an appearance because, as you might have guessed, Nozomi is an anime character. That's right, everybody. They celebrated the birthday of Miss 6'9" herself.
Nice.
Also, pay attention to that last line of Nozomi being an anime character. It's gonna be important. After an entire paragraph of rambling about the series, she now goes to this point. Both groups have attracted legions of adoring fans both in Japan and around the world. She's referring to both Muse and Aqua. And you probably won't be surprised that the core demographic is straight men. Our birthday party for Nozomi painted a different picture, though. There were some men in attendance, sure, but a little under half of us, including the host, were women. And queer to boot. Gee, it's almost like the gender and orientation of the person doesn't matter as long as you like the series. We'll get to that later, and admittedly, the picture below shows an impressive display for Nozomi's party, I'm not gonna lie. That looks awesome. Another thing that I want you to pay attention to is the poster on the right, which has Nozomi showing off her incredible rack.
Nice.
Believe me, I will come back to this in a second, and it's not because I'm a horn dog. That's only part of the reason. I am a bisexual woman. I don't care if you're a blue Martian, which puts me a little outside the traditional male demographic. You know, just a little bit. You're not fucking funny. And they continue to ramble, and now, if that sounds surprising, it shouldn't be. Surprising to who? Fans like me aren't anywhere near as rare or strange as some would suspect. No one aside from dumbass kids would suspect that. The writer then plugs her YouTube channel within the article. She also brings up that most of her subscribers are women, which, okay, so? She then shows the results of a survey that she held on her channel asking her viewers to list their gender and sexuality. I mean, I understand why you'd want gender listed for statistics like this, but why does the sexual orientation matter? You'd think that the fans would care more about talking about the series that they like rather than thinking about what they put in each other's holes. She then provides statistics of the demographics for Love Live fans as a whole, and it's more of a 50-50 split between men and women. And even 2 years after this article's publishing, the fandom is pretty evenly split when it comes to demographics. Unfortunately, these statistics make the writer's survey moot because this is talking about Love Live fans as a whole, and not every Love Live fan watches her content. And the demographics that she shows is really gonna bite her hard in the ass. Despite the fandom being so full of women and queer folk, Love Live is still popularly associated with the image of obsessive male fans. This is due in part to some male fans being persistently disruptive and visible, but even discounting them, this association sticks because the franchise still caters to straight male fans the most directly. She then links some examples, like someone wearing full-on Love Live merch armor, and another article showing how bad this disruptive behavior can get. But again, like she said, it's only some fans. They're the exception, not the rule. This is especially apparent with the pages of Dengeki G's magazine, where the franchise originally began activities in 2010, and which still serves as a core component of the Love Live experience. As a magazine aimed at straight male otaku, Dengeki tends to present images of the girl that cater to a very male-gazy perspective, let's say. Little bent on gender and sexuality, aren't we? This goes all the way from the project's earliest days up to today, including a recent series of fold-out posters featuring the girls of Aqua in skimpy swimwear. Hey, idiot. They are swimsuits. They don't leave much to the imagination as is. I don't know if you ever wore one before, but they don't exactly cover up much. Why are you complaining about something so insignificant? This is starting to sound like your own insecurities. Daya swimsuit makes her look like a bona fide goddess, though. God damn. She also uses this image to illustrate her point of the girls being sexualized, which, are stomachs now illegal? Can you not tickle anybody now? What the fuck are you playing at? The mobile game, Love Live School Idol Festival, is much tamer, but still contains some uncomfortably sexualized images as well, and many of the stories allow people to insert themselves into fantasy relationships with the girls, similar to many male-targeted dating sims and visual novels. Boo-hoo! While the player character in School Idol Festival is nominally female, this fact is never directly brought up in-game, allowing for anybody to easily insert themselves into these stories. This, combined with dialogue and UI choices reminiscent of male-targeted visual novels, seems to imply this content is meant to appeal to male players primarily. UI choices such as...
Fuck you.
Oh, no examples. Well, fuck you too then. She then shows a School Idol Festival card of Kanan taking off her wetsuit.
Nice.
While also saying, remember, this character is still in high school. She's also a character, as in not real, so keep your pants on. You even established at the beginning of the article that Nozomi isn't real. Ergo, the other characters aren't. And on top of that, you don't seem to have any issue with Nozomi showing even more skin during her party that you celebrated.
Nice.
Did you demand that this poster be taken down, or did you not? Because doing so will make you look like a tremendous childish ass. And you know what's even better? You link an article that shows Ellie Isa as #1 on lesbian anime fans' picks for their ideal girlfriends. And one supporter specifically noted at the bottom, her breasts are beautiful. So fantastic job. You just weakened your own narrative by providing another source, and you didn't look back on it to see, maybe this will hurt the overall message of the piece. Maybe I shouldn't include it, but you did it anyway. Lovely. Male gaze, my ass. So if the franchise caters largely towards straight male fans, then what about Love Live attracts so many female and queer fans? And more importantly, how do we as female and queer fans feel about being involved in a franchise that nominally accepts us but has not traditionally been for us? If it isn't for you, explain these demographics. Clearly Sunrise is doing something right with the franchise to have a nearly even fan base, so where's the issue? On one hand, I adore Love Live. I originally got interested in it because I was madly into the game Weiss Schwartz, which features some licensed Love Live card sets. I thought the character designs looked cute and not overly sexualized, so I picked up a deck and had fun playing with it. Cute and not overly sexualized. Wow, this really is starting to sound like insecurity. For the most part, the Love Live community has been incredibly welcoming and supportive to me, and even during times when I felt burnt out of the franchise, I still enjoy putting out videos and seeing how happy they make other fans. The fact that so many of my viewer base is queer and female has been fantastic as well, since I feel more free to express myself. To be fair, all the male fans I met have been wonderful too. I went through this article all but outright saying fuck men, but I mean, the men that I talk to, they're fine. Why are you bitching then? Still, through all the love and good times, I can't ignore some of the negative effects being into Love Live has had on me. For one thing, while they are often downplayed, those male gazy aspects to the franchise are still there, and they don't get any less uncomfortable when they do show up. I guess that one lesbian that crushes on Ellie just doesn't exist anymore. Or any other lesbian fans that may find one of the girls attractive. Also, there's still a small contingency of creepy fans out there who make things very awkward when I do run into them. The fact that broad commercial strategy for the franchise pushes the appeal largely to their tastes makes their influence feel disproportionate to their numbers too. Well, considering that you get uncomfortable at the sight of the girls in bikinis, I'm not going to take your definition of creepy at face value here. That's not even getting into the various Channer and alt-right types either, who spout horrible misogynistic and anti-LGBTQ rhetoric while simultaneously fetishizing the Love Live girls. Anti-LGBTQ rhetoric such as...
Fuck you.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna take somebody seriously who uses 4chan as a reputable source. No, I'm not kidding. And now we make it to the respondent section of the piece. 3 positive, 3 negative. I think as someone who IDs as a girl, I'm drawn more to Love Live because it's a female-driven story. It's really inspiring to me, and it's important for me to connect with the characters. I don't think my experience is really different, but also all other fans of Love Live I'm connected to in fandom are also femme-aligned, so I think we tend to gravitate towards Love Live for similar reasons. Wow, what an evil, male-gazy hive mind. I feel like the Love Live community in particular, at least the circles I participate in, tend to be very not straight. I'm not sure what it is, but it feels like a community that's actually more accepting of this stuff. But that's just my experiences. Well, that doesn't sound very anti-LGBT to me. Because I'm ace, I enjoy idols and Love Live differently than my friends. I love how the series puts an emphasis on friendship. I'm aromantic, so friendships are the most important relationships to me. Though these thoughts are ones that are still difficult to navigate in the franchise and fan community, this community has always been more accepting of me rather than any other fandom. Thank you, everyone, for showing me a girl can have value outside of romance. And I agree, the strong bonds of friendship and the character building is where Love Live's narrative is at its strongest. But now, we move on to the negative responses. I'm often uncomfortable in convention environments when I cosplay or attend cosplay gatherings, as the male fans can often be loud and enthusiastic about their best girl, trashing other girls or just ignoring cosplayers that are cosplaying someone who isn't their best girl. It often makes me feel very alone in a community where online I have friends who like Love Live that I connect with way more. Okay, that I can understand. Some fans can be way too possessive over their best girls. Since I am a woman, I feel very weird about the whole waifu culture thing. While I found a lot of positivity through the messages of Love Live, I'm using past tense because I was a huge fan. I feel alienated from the fandom and media for about a year now. They're in high school, and I find it weird a lot of men who are significantly older find them appealing. It just leaves me feeling weird about the series because I know the series caters towards these men and not me. Do I even have to say it? Also, people don't use the waifu phrase unironically. It's just stupid weeb words. Sure, it could mean a character they find attractive as much as it could mean a character that they just really like. I feel very protective of the girls because they're all underage. I feel like they're my younger sisters and I want the best for them. I don't like how they're sexualized and I don't like always having to worry about seeing them sexualized. I know it's common to think of them as waifus, but they're so young. I can't see them that way. I want to support them because as a girl myself, I love media about female relationships, especially when they work towards a goal and grow together. That's probably the central appeal Love Live has for me. I'm gonna make it my mission to avoid you like the plague. Aside from the last 2 sentences of your little post there, you're insane. These characters don't need your help. They're not going to thank you.
Go away! Go away!
The experiences of Love Live fans who aren't straight men seem to differ a lot based on which spheres of the community they find themselves in and how accepting and or non-creepy the fans in those spheres are. Spheres with more women and queer folk naturally tend to have less gender or sexuality-based conflict than those with straight male-dominated mix. I guess all straight men are just a hateful monolith then? Fuck you and your gross ideology. Regardless of the fans they interact with, different people have different opinions on how comfortable and uncomfortable they are with the male, gazy aspects of the franchise. For many female and queer fans, those things don't bother them at all. We call them sane people, or their own attraction to the characters makes the attraction of straight men a moot point. Well, if it's male gazy and lesbians are attracted to the girls too, would that not exclusively be male gaze then? What would you call it then? For me, it won't ever not feel complicated being a fan of Love Live, and I think that's reflected in the responses I received. There's a lot of genuine love, support, and enthusiasm in the community, including the straight male parts of it. That doesn't feel genuine considering throughout this entire article you were hating the fuck out of them for just expressing their love for the characters and the series in their own ways. In fact, you know what this reminds me of?
This is why I can't take what men says about good anime.
You try so hard to push the narrative that women and gay people are treated like intruders in the Love Live fandom, but the demographics that you show blatantly say the opposite. This sole image breaks the article in pieces, and then you hastily try to put it back together, but none of the pieces fit. So you just pull stuff out of your ass and see what sticks to the wall. It makes the rest of the article seem aimless and like it was for nobody. Like you didn't even proofread the article before you posted it, or whoever edited it did a shit job, and if that was the case, I hope the editor's fired. And this is all without bringing up the anti-straight men narrative you're trying to pull. And this next article I'm about to showcase is going to show a different kind of incompetence when it comes to the writers of this site.
I'm about to whip somebody's ass.
Idols as Hope is an inspiring setup. That is until it's undercut by the notion of idols as product. Nico undoes her hair and looks suggestively at the camera. Nozomi gropes her classmates as a regular gag, and in one episode, Tomboy Reen is reluctantly bedecked in a wedding gown and paraded on stage to a musical number. What do these things have to do with inspiring hope? Who were these scenes made for? The answer, unfortunately, is the straight male audience. So much wrong with that paragraph alone, I swear to God. I'm gonna delve into spoilers from Love Live School on the Project Season 2 because that's mainly what this guy is talking about, and it's going to make all of you understand how poorly this writer actually understands the material they're talking about. In the episode where Nico lets her hair down and looks seductively at the camera, the characters in Muse are trying to write a love song, and in order to get inspiration for it, they have the girls being recorded doing things that would be considered romantic. When Nico gets recorded, she tries to play up the sexy angle, and as you can see from Muse's reactions, it isn't really working or inspiring them. And if that wasn't enough, before Nico could finish her little act, the camera dies. It was both for the sake of a joke and to show how difficult it is for Muse to actually write a love song when none of them really had romantic feelings for anybody as far as the audience knows. Come the next episode, and then they decide to write a song about platonic love rather than one about romantic love. And that song ended up being Snow Halation. Not only the most well-known Muse song, but also probably the most recognizable song in Love Live overall. To say that Nico's little act was purely for the sake of male gaze shows that they don't understand anything about what that episode was trying to do. As for Nozomi groping the girls, I haven't seen a single Love Live fan, man or woman, who actually likes those scenes. Not that I really blame them, because it's a stupid-ass trait and I want it to die, and it doesn't endear me to the character, it just annoys me. That said, in material outside of the anime and manga, like the apps, Nozomi's washi-washi thing was toned down or outright completely omitted. So clearly Sunrise thought it was extreme or were listening to the fans, so they just opted to remove it. As for Rin being put in a wedding dress, I'll get to that soon, but first, all the girls are written with personalities that make them very distinct from each other to the point of exaggerations that suggest their artifice. Thank you, sir. I really need to know how character archetypes work. Why are you saying this like it's news to people? It isn't. Some of the girls perform lewd or crude behavior designed to appeal to the sensibilities of men. I guess those lesbians that like Ellie Isa and possibly some of the other girls can just be Thanos snapped from existence then. Anything to stick it to straight people, am I right? And then there's the suggestive and fetishized wear the girls pose and strut in. In addition to their myriad idol uniforms, there's cheerleader uniforms, swimsuits, tuxedos, and in the case of Rin, a wedding gown. How might a wedding gown or tuxedo be fetishized? In the episode where she finds herself wearing it, she admits at the beginning that she's insecure about her lack of femininity. Setting aside her femme-coded quirk of meowing cutely like a cat, the way the show resolves her conflict is putting her in a dress that's associated with her being married. As opposed to any other gender-appropriate attire, femininity for her is implicitly established as being someone's wife.
Your stupidity is truly astounding.
So, cat motifs, traits, and mannerisms are inherently feminine? Does that mean that T'Challa was femme-coded? Black Panther is secretly a woman? Stop using terms like femme-coded, it makes you sound dumb. Even more problematically, every subsequent episode features Rin wearing the same fashion and behaving the way that she always had before. She didn't become any more outwardly feminine, despite being quite apparently feminine already. She was always, and continued to be, athletic and cute. Literally anybody who watched episode 5 of season 2, or watched Love Live at all, would know that isn't the case. Rin always had this complex about her not feeling as cute as the other girls due to her sporty nature, boyish short hair, and state of dress. In episode 5 of season 2, Honoka, Umi, and Katori are stuck on a trip to Okinawa, and Nozomi and Ellie are stuck with student council work. So the first years and Nico need to practice for their musical number Love Wing Belle, and they decide that Rin should be the center. The center for this particular song is put in a wedding dress, while the others are put in tuxedos. Everyone in Muse thinks that Rin is perfect to be put in the wedding dress, but Rin herself does not. Something that's made clear midway through the episode.
I mean, I'm not exactly what you'd call leader material, you know. It's 'cause I'm not someone who belongs in the center. I'm different from you. I'm not really like an idol at all, you know? You're cute and girly.
Thinking others are cuter doesn't make you less of an idol. You'd have to be a pretty self-centered person to think otherwise.
You're wrong! I'm not cute or fit to lead us! There's no way it would look good on me.
That's not true at all.
It is true! Just look at how short my hair is. I can't. It wouldn't look good in girly clothes. I'm like the total opposite of that.
On the day of the live, Muse tries one last time to get Rin to be the center, even having the dress refitted to match her measurements. Hanayo even says that she wanted to return the favor to Rin, who gave her an extra push forward so that she could join the school idols that she looked up to so much. Hanayo got over her shyness, and now she wants to help Rin embrace her femininity. With this extra push from her best friend, Rin accepts being the center and puts on the dress, goes out on stage, and everybody loves the outfit, putting an end to any doubts Rin might have had about herself being seen as feminine when it's clear that she can be seen as just as cute as the other idols. The episode ends with Rin wearing a different training outfit, one that she continues to wear in the episodes that come after this one. Prior to this episode, this was Rin's training outfit, so to say that nothing changed after this episode is bullshit. One of the best and clear-cut examples of character development in the series, and these writers just watered it down to male gaze because it would suit their narrative. And that narrative is cute anime girls make me uncomfortable and straight man bad. For a website that has a phrase that indicates they want equality for all, a lot of these writers really seem to like putting men down. They don't understand the anime that they're covering. They don't understand the fan base that they're talking about. They don't seem to understand anything that they're talking about, to be fair. In conclusion, this is where Clunge Dumpster's credibility goes. Thank you, everyone who stuck around until the end. I'll see you in the next video, and be ready for it because it will be a sort of Halloween special, as it were. The 10 things that scared me when I was a child. I'll see you all then.